Okay, hello there. I'm Dennis. Welcome to the channel. Today we're in GhostBSD. I should have had this terminal up. Sorry. We're in GhostBSD 220626 based on FreeBSD 13.1 stable. Right here, I've collected a list of all the, and I'm sure I left something out, but this is primarily most of the software that I've installed on GhostBSD, and all of it works. It just really does. So I got a link here about codecs. Eventually you're going to run across something that won't play or whatever. Here's a list from the GhostBSD Index Multimedia Codec installation. What I did here was I basically copied and pasted every one of those, and then I did a sudo package installed, and the only one I needed after the installation or before it started, it told me this was the only one that I needed. The rest of them I already had. Some of them came in with other software, some I installed, and they're not in this list right here, I don't think. But here, you'll find that list right here. This is for your codecs. Just close that out real quick. All right. You should be able to just pause the video, and if you're interested, you can see what I've installed and what works for you. I did install VirtualBox, and that's going to be in the next video, how to do that. So let's go over to my new notes here, and we already went through the configuring a printer, a HP printer, and let's go over dsbmixer, my audio server, what I use on GhostBSD and FreeBSD, and it just lightens the load and makes everything so much easier. Let me just show you what it looks like here. And you'll notice I got bass and treble. And here's how you would open it up. Go to your menu. Once you install it, go to your menu, find it, type in DSB, and it'll show up. Type that in. And if you don't, especially if you don't have any sound, open up preferences and go to default device and just click on them until you find the default device that you want to use. Now, one of these may be the headphone jacks, the rear jacks. I'm not sure because I haven't used those. I do remember before using dsbmixer, I was able to funnel the audio out the front headphone jack, and I had no problem. I don't remember which one of these it was. In fact, it probably wasn't any of these. So that's how you'd find your default audio card or device. It'll show you which microphone that it'll have a check on it, and it'll if you have a microphone plugged in, or if you're on a laptop, it'll show you the microphone. They'll have a check on it, so you'll know that is the device, and you'll have to work with your input levels to find out what works for you. Let me close this out. Now, I want this thing to start up every time I boot my machine up. So the easiest way to do that once you have it installed is to go here or go to a terminal and type in whereis dsbmixer. And in my case, it's user local bin dsbmixer right here. Next thing you do is go to your menu. You can go to your settings panel, or you can go right here, and we're going to look for session and startup. Go to application auto start, and you can see I've already got it right here. Let me see if we can edit it. Yep, here we go. You'll see right here, user local bin dsbmixer. That is the command. I just copied and pasted it, and I named it dsbmixer. You can name it anything you want to. Here you can tell it when to actually activate, and I want mine to activate on login. So you click OK and make sure it's got a check. Now, to say you don't want it to run all the time, untick it before you reboot, and it won't start. And all you have to do is go to your menu, find it to start it. Or you can come here, check it, and reboot. Okay, so that's enough about dsbmixer as far as the program itself. Now, if you go into, let me just edit this real quick. I won't do it with sudo privileges. And scroll down all the way to the bottom here, you'll see I got what you see here is what I got right here, hint.pcm.0.eq equals 1. And you just change the PCM to 1 or 0 to 1, 2, 3, whatever fits your needs. I went ahead and put it in all 3 of my devices, or all 4 of my devices. Remember, 0 is actually 1. So here it is here. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me get out of here. I didn't do anything. Leave the editor. Clear the screen. I'll just minimize that so it'll be there. Okay, so that's how I use the dsbmixer for my audio in GhostBSD as well as FreeBSD. And it works fabulously. It sure beats trying to figure out how to get Pulse to work, or also, or whatever. And when you first, by default, you're going to get a GhostBSD clock right here. And I didn't like it because I couldn't customize it much. So what I did was I right-clicked on it and I got rid of it, removed it. Then I went here to items and I said add new items, and I typed in clock, and there was the clock, and I added it, and that's the clock you see right there. Once you get it in place where you want it, you can custom format it any way you'd like. And I got a video on how to customize your clock. I said, what happened to my whereis clock? Because Xfce used to use the whereis clock by default, and they quit doing that. Anyway, here's one that I didn't know for a while, and a lot of people I'm sure don't know, is that LSBLK is a software that you can install and use on GhostBSD, FreeBSD, OpenBSD, I'm pretty sure OpenBSD, and Dragonfly BSD, and I haven't tried it on any of the other ones. But you just install it, and if you need help, you just go ls space hyphen, and you'll get the readout. Now, I want you to notice right here, it says to list the entire disk, use the D format or flag. You just open that or copy that, bring up another terminal, paste that in there. And let me show you the difference between, this would be the command that I've seen people use to list their devices, and and as well in documentation. So, and it's a great command. It'll show you your disk, and you can see here we got ADA0 and CD0, but there's really not a lot of information about that. Now, if you look at my LSBLK space -D, we get the ADA0, CD0, and we get the size of the drive and a little information about the drive itself, even the CD-ROM drive or optical drive. So personally, I like using, now you can use it just like you would normally with no arguments. And personally, I like LSBLK better than I do it gives me more information. I like it better than I do the sysctl kern disk command. And here you can see that's just the LSB command. So don't think you can use LSBLK, you can. Get that behind there then. Okay. I got PWC View. It's kind of the BSD equivalent to GhostBSD View, although it probably don't get as much work. It don't need it. It works just fine. To install it, you'll find that right here, PWC View. Sudo pkg install PWC View, or you can use their software station. And this happens to be the commands that I use here. The D is for the device, video 0, S is for the size, and F is for the frames per second, and -X means no border. And I'm not going to open it up because I am using my webcam for OBS Studio. All right. PWC really is a good checker if you just want to look at your video webcam. It's real nice. You have options there. These are not all the options that you can do to it, but it's pretty nice. And I think I actually covered this once before when I was doing a FreeBSD video. Screencast using FFmpeg. Here's a command for that. This tittle right here, and the slash means that's in your home folder, and then you got it right now putting it in videos and calling it file_name.mkv. But you can change the path and the name wherever you want it and whatever you want to call it. Here's a quick command to list all video devices, wherein they're not all your web camera, in this particular case a camera, and it'll tell you all of the settings. You noticed that one a while ago was, what was it for the screen size? SIF. And if you'll find SIF, it doesn't tell you SIF, but if you can connect the devices to this number here, let's see, I forget how you get that number or code. Can't remember, but that told you about your video device if you wanted what my web camera is capable of. You can actually set the size. Let's see here, 1920. You find that size, you can screencast a smaller one if you need to, a smaller screen. So I think that's going to get it for this video right here. We've talked about dsbmixer and how easy it is to use and make audio very easy to use. And you can put the equalizer in there. You can change your clock out if you're not happy with the default clock that you're going to get. If you're happy with it, you don't have to do anything. But if you decide to change it, all you got to do is go to your start menu, or taskbar, right click on it and say add new items, type in clock, and there it'll be. So add it, and then you can change it any way you want to. LSBLK, I think that's a great software utilization in any BSD that has that option. PWC View, think of that as the equivalent of GhostBSD View in Linux. FFmpeg, it does work as far as screencast goes. I have not seen the need, let me minimize that, I have not seen the need to, this will take a second to load, but I have not seen the need to install FFplay. Everything seems to work, and there's programs that do the same exact things. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in Kdenlive. If you go to open up their preferences and go to the environment, you'll see FFplay is not listed here. There is a workaround that you can install FFmpeg. You can make it from source, build it. You can put it in here. And I did a video where I was recording it, where I installed it on another GhostBSD hard drive, and it worked just fine. And if I come up with a reason why I need it, I'll do that. But I just really haven't seen the need to do that yet. Who knows, I might one day. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video, talking about GhostBSD 22.06.20. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on another video. Peace out. Be nice. Bye.